recording this and posting it on to our YouTube channel, just like always, in case you have people messaging you saying, hey, I missed out. What did they talk about? If you prefer to send them over to the YouTube as opposed to explaining, then be my guest. But we do have a couple things to talk about that we want to address with everybody. And then, of course, feel free to pass on the information as we go. All right.
All right.
So,
well, hold on. Before I jump in, Ms. Shepherd is saying that they're having sound issues.
Okay, with us, or that they're having like.
I think they can't hear us.
Oh, you can't. Can everyone else hear us? Okay, so again, I can, if you have any questions, type, or if you want to log out, let me see if I can message her and say if she wants to log out and log back in.
Yeah.
All right. So this is our agenda for today. Hopefully they'll be able to log off and rejoin us. We want to discuss last year's state competition refunds, and just reminding anyone who hasn't done it yet to fill out the Google form. If this is only applies for our juniors this year and our graduated seniors that had graduated, I'm sorry, our seniors this year and the seniors that graduated last year, excuse me. So again, that's a very specific pool of people, but we wanted to make sure that that was covered tonight. We'll also be talking about the state thespian live stream, our chorus line rehearsals and shooting calendar. And Ms. Arca has something to discuss about constructions asks for a chorus line. And then the primary reason we wanted to discuss today with you all is to see if we could put together some exploratory committees for the end of the year. So we'll discuss that about ending the year for these wonderful students in a positive way. And then of course, take any questions that you guys might have at the end.
All right, so I guess I'll just jump in and we can talk first about the state's Q&A. As of right now, so far as what I know, we're going to be getting a refund, the final refund from state competition, because the seniors this year and the seniors from last year should have gotten a refund back a couple of months ago over the summer. Then you got another refund for Busch Gardens. So it was half the registration, then Busch Gardens, and then now the other registration. You should have also gotten, that refund should have also included the refund from the hotel. As far as I know, this is the last refund and it's going to be cut as a school check, which is why they need everybody to fill out that Google form so they can verify that the address is correct and all of that good stuff. They're going to input each and every one of you as a vendor of the school, just so they can cut you a check. That's number one. Number two, I know that everybody wants to kind of like cross-reference what they paid based and then cross-reference it with what they've gotten back. So I was looking through all my documents to see if I have it. And when they do a field trip packet, they do give us a breakdown of what the cost is and what it's going for. But that breakdown was just shared to me, kind of like when you share a document on Google and I no longer have access to it. So I requested access again so I can get the breakdown of the cost, and then I can kind of send it to everybody. The chaperones should fill it out, yes. However, no, I know you weren't screaming, but yes, you should scream, it's money. So let's yell it out, okay? Yes, the chaperones are gonna get a check and then the student is gonna get obviously the money as well. So they are, she's trying to, I'm gonna be talking to her. I go back tomorrow, so yay, I could talk to the treasurer and be like, exactly what you need. Make sure you guys just fill out the Google form. And then as I get more information and I get the breakdown, I will send it to Angie or Marlo or Anna so they can send it out to you guys and you can see the breakdown, what the refund was and all that good stuff. And if there's any other information that she needs, I will send that out as well. We're trying to get this check out this month. Like, that's it. You guys are done and you're paid for it. So if there's any questions about that, go ahead and ask, or you can put it on the chat or anything else like that.
Good evening, Miss Arca.
Yes.
How are you? How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I am
Good.
good.
Good. I submitted the Google form. The portion where it's asking for the amount, I left it blank because I'm not aware what the amount is. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. What they really need is the name, the address, and phone number in case she needs to contact you for any other information, and the name of your child.
Okay, I did that. Thank you.
I had a question.
Yes.
Hi. So if I filled out a form for Sam to get reimbursed, and if I was a chaperone, do I need to fill out a form as well as a chaperone? So two
Yes.
forms? Oh, I only did one.
That's okay. I was
Okay.
waiting until today to kind of upload that stuff and send it to her by tomorrow and talk
Okay.
to her. I want to walk her through it. So I was kind
Yeah.
of waiting to be back there so I could kind of walk her through it and make sure, because I have the list of the chaperones and the students with me. So I wanted to, one thing is to email somebody, and another thing is to like be right in front of them and go one by one. Like this person needs 2 checks, this person needs 1 check, so on and so on.
Okay, so I'll fill out the form and send it. Thank you.
No problem.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
The Almager house has a little bit of communication issues between the fund officer and the financial officer. And he wants to know who, I asked him if we got the refunds from states, and he said, who are they from and how are they being issued? So can you repeat that information? The 2 refunds that we've already gotten should have come directly from who, and does it go into like the school account or back to our credit card or what?
The other refunds that you should have gotten should have come to your credit card.
Okay.
You should have gotten the refund. Did you also get a check, I believe,
check.
from Busch? Was it the Busch Gardens one that was the check?
One of them was credit card with a check. So I believe it was Busch Gardens. We got students, I believe, were credit card and parent check.
I never got a check.
Me either.
I don't
Did it get to
remember.
the students?
I only got, yeah,
Okay.
I got
this is
one refund on my credit card, but that's the only thing I've ever gotten.
One refund.
55 and 65. 55 for the student and 65 for the
Yeah.
parent.
For the chaperone. That is Busch Gardens. Then you should have gotten a refund back in, over the summer when we got that first refund, which was half of the registration for the competition and the hotel. The hotel was the first thing you guys got because the hotel was the first one to immediately cancel and refund.
That came on credit card.
I'll bring it.
Okay.
Right, I got that, but I never got, like you're saying, we got physical checks from the school?
No, she might have gotten a physical check. The only person that I know that got a physical check is someone who paid cash.
Oh,
They
okay.
got a physical check. She may have gotten that. I don't think that applies to everybody. I'm almost positive when you go through OSP, the online school payment, since you pay through credit card, it goes back through credit card. So it goes on the same credit card that you used. Okay. Which is kind of like the security, that's one of the reasons they do that. The money doesn't get lost. They don't have to cut you a check. They don't have to do what they have to do now, which is at this point, it's at this point in the fiscal year that she was like, I have to cut them a check. It does not allow me. It's been so long. It does not allow me to go back. That's why they're cutting the check. Okay, so normally they put it back on the credit card. You should have gotten the hotel and the first half of the registration over the summer. You should have gotten Busch Gardens. That was at the beginning of the school year. I think I want to say like September. I remember it was a couple of months ago.
I have the dates.
Awesome.
So July, you should have gotten hotel for student and for and chaperone. And then in September, we got Busch Gardens, parent and student as well.
Okay, you're missing, you were supposed to get a half of the registration.
Yes, registration was, where's the registration one? Sorry, I was doing this last week and now I lost.
Miss Arca, in the meantime, this is Emma's mom. So I don't have the Google sheet, and I don't know if maybe Emma was left out so she was a sophomore, but she was going to States anyway. So if that email went out, I just searched through my email to see if maybe I was the one that missed it, but I can't find it. So can somebody send me the Google form?
Yes.
I'll put it in the chat right now.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
That's probably what it is, Cynthia, since she's always the exception.
Yeah, sorry, I just realized my video was off. Yeah, I know. I remember from when life was normal and we were getting ready to go to States. I would always get like an email after. It's like, oh, sorry, forgot. But
She
yeah,
was
no,
always she's always been the exception to the rule. I know. But yeah, we'll put it on there right now and that's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
I was waiting for this anyway, just if I could verify with everybody understands what's going on, and all of that.
Thank you.
There's
Either
a link to
way,
the Google form right there.
there's the link. And like I was saying, I'm gonna try as soon as I emailed Harlow, which is our activities director's secretary. When she forwards me that breakdown, I will send it to Angie or Marlo or Anna or all three, so they can kind of disseminate the information and you guys can see the breakdown, and then you can go back on your credit cards and double check. I got this, like just to verify that everybody got what they were supposed to get. Okay, and then obviously you understand also that you're going to be getting the check. The check, from what I was told, is 150 something, give or take. She hasn't done the full amount yet, so she's waiting for the list with everybody. So it's an approximate. It might be more, might be less. I don't know. But as of right now, that is what you're going to be getting, hopefully in the next week or two.
And I have
Anyone else with questions? Oh, go ahead.
I know that the registration, the portion that they kept was because of t-shirts and lanyards. Where are those t-shirts and lanyards?
The
They were-
t-shirts have been in 138 for a while. Remember the last time we said, hey, we're giving shirts, and Miss Sabina stayed there for a while, and there was another day that I stayed, and there's like nobody came.
So
for the
some
shirt.
people got them and some people don't have them because they were picked up the day that we did other merchandise pickup. But we do have them for the students. A lot of the students that don't have them are MSO because they haven't been to school. So if there is a person that we can send it home with, if there's someone you want us to send it home with, and they're drama student, even if they're not in drama, they can pop by, the class and pick it up for them. And if they just say, I'm picking up, Kailani's shirt, we can.
Well, she's gonna be going for rehearsal, so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take all the merchandise because I haven't been able to take it. The stuff that I have here, all the
Okay.
final orders.
Good idea. Good idea.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so that's basically state's Q&A so far, at least for the refund. And then as far as states this year, the virtual streaming, we are registered, thank God, we made it. I had to overnight the check there on Friday so that it got there on Saturday because it was due yesterday, and it got there and we're good and everything's fine. So we are, we're going to be streaming. Those are the dates, the 17th through the 20th. We should be getting, normally they give us the schedule. I mean, normally, but this year, anything is anything but normal. But hopefully we will be getting the login in the next week or so that we can then do just like last time. I give it to you guys and you guys can log in, you can log in and it'll be up for those days. And then they're going to be doing a virtual, critics showcase that they kind of, will pick the top honors, whatever the showcase that night on that Saturday, the 20th. So as soon as I get more information and I get the logins, we will send it to you just like last time that we sent it via the email that I went to every student and all of that. And we will use the same login that we had from before, like the Google form. I had the emails from everybody. So I'll just be sending it out to the emails so that everybody can watch. That is for basically the people who are registered. So the 39 students that are registered with their parents, those are the logins I'm going to get. All right. Any questions about states this year? Going once, going twice. Nope. Did I miss anything, Miss Sabina? I'm like,
No, I don't think so. I mean, that's all. When we get more information, obviously the information is slow this year, disseminating down. As soon as we get anything more, we'll send it out to you guys. I guess let's move on then to chorus line rehearsals and shooting. Hopefully your students, if they're part of a chorus line, shared their calendar with you. We asked them to fill out conflicts this week. We were waiting to get the approval from Ms. Berger for the dates that we had chosen. So if they have not, it might be worth a talk over with them. I'm happy to put the calendar up. We have it as a Google Calendar. We also have it as like a Google Doc. I don't know what's easier for you guys to see, given that we're sharing screens. Let me see here.
While she's sharing the screen, there's going to be a few days that we're asking them to come in for rehearsal. This is basically the juniors and the seniors, and it's not all the juniors and the seniors. We have 30 in the cast, and you know that juniors and seniors is comprised of 54 students. So there's 30 in the cast, and obviously there's about another 15 or so that are crew. However, the crew will not have to come in all the time, and they will not have to come in. Some crew will not have to come in at all, like if they're doing publicity or something else like that, that can be done MSO. But we are, for the cast, the 30 of them, there are certain days that they will have to come in starting tomorrow. Okay, so they will have a rehearsal tomorrow, and then they do have a rehearsal on the 8th and the 10th of next week, as you can see there. And then the following week, the 15th and the 16th. And then we start shooting on the 17th. Okay, so our goal is to get everything shot by April 9th. So then we can stream it the April 14, 15, and 16, that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're gonna do one show we're gonna stream it once on Wednesday, twice on Thursday, because we're having double cast, and then once on Friday. So just like we would have done with Jekyll, 2 and 2, same thing. So that is our goal. That being said, we sent this out to the kids last week. We discussed it with them, like Ms. Abina said. We gave them a Google form to fill out for any conflicts, so that they got it, last week. That was the end of February. So if there's a conflict that they have March 26th, or we even gave them the April one, they can try to resolve it now. Please, 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 guys, if your child is in the cast and you see that there's one of the days that they have to come in and they have like a doctor's appointment or something, we beg you to try to reschedule or look at the calendar now. We're working around it as best we can. We're trying to accommodate as many people. We have some kids who are in Impact, for example, and we're like letting them come with us for a little bit, then go to Impact and so on. But we really want to stick to the schedule, because we don't want to run the risk of, too many people there at the same time, or somebody, being, coming in, somebody leaving. So we really, really, really are trying to accommodate as many people as we can. So we're trying to stick to the schedule. So ask your child, to let you see it, discuss it with you, what days they should know, what days they're coming in. Not everybody's coming in at the same time. Not everybody's coming in, not everybody's in every single song. That's the beauty of this musical, that there's a big opening number and a big closing number, and everything else is like either a solo or like duets, something like that. It's very, very small. So it allows to be done in this kind of format. Okay.
And I just want to add to, you guys have to remember also, I know it seems like there's a lot of dates, but like what Ms. Sarka said, not everyone is called all of the dates. I'm also happy to email the Word copy of this schedule to anybody who maybe your child is not so great at communicating to you. I can pass it along to our reps, and they can pass it on to you via email, or if you want to email me directly, I'd be happy to send it to you. And if you could encourage them to, again, if there's a lot of students to coordinate, we're working against not only our schedule, but the availability of the auditorium, Ms. Berger's permission for them to come, the dance girls trying to get in, taking down other shows or other performances that are happening. So the first day, really, our whole cast will be together, will be tomorrow. We've been doing half virtual, half on, so it's very important for a show like this for them to have some of those rehearsals together. And this is a big undertaking. If you were able to watch either Laramie or Importance of Being Earnest, it takes a lot to put together a show. It's not something that is done in a day. And since we don't get to see these kids together during the school day, really the after school time is the only time we're able to have access to the auditorium and also to some of the students. So we're doing the best thing we can, what we think for them to get the best experience we can. And we know certainly for you guys, it may mean driving them to school an extra day. And we totally understand and appreciate that. We're trying to do whatever we can to make sure you are not bringing kids when you don't need them to be there. They're not there when they don't need to be, adhering to the social distancing guidelines the very best we can. But again, if you have a concern or an issue, please, we're very flexible. You just need to reach out to us and we'd be happy to, handle it on a case-by-case basis. All right. Again, my email pops up at the end of everything. You can email me directly and I will attach those documents for you if you just tell me who you want me to send them to. All right. Awesome. Let's go back here. I believe the next thing up is just to talk about the mirrors, Ms. Arco.
Yeah, but you just reminded me. So that's the rehearsal and the shooting schedule. Also, just so you know, we are in the process of getting the finale costume, which is the full gold top hat and the tuxedo and everything else. However, your child, if they are a cast member for a chorus line, our theme is very 80s, obviously. Even though it's set in the 70s, we moved it up a little bit. We're doing 80s, so it's very colorful, pop of color. And the students were given like a color to get their leotards and dance wear and everything else. The girls all need tan character shoes. The boys need black jazz shoes. The girls need nude leggings. And then everybody else is going to have individual leotards. So if your child is saying, I'm playing Maggie, for example, and they're saying, I need a purple leotard or I need a pink leotard or whatever, just know that we're expecting for you guys to, search through your stuff. Maybe you used to have a leotard or, order it or something else like that. Because again, things being as they are this year, we're asking for you guys if you possibly could buy their outfit that they wear. They only have 2 outfits. They wear the outfit that they're auditioning in, and then the outfit at the very end for the finale. The outfit for the finale we're providing, okay? And then obviously we're asking for you guys to help provide the rest of the stuff. If you have any questions on what they have to wear or anything else like that, you can, again, email us and we'll answer on an individual basis, like what each character is wearing. As far as the mirror panels are for the set, I don't remember who said this, but somebody, one of the booster meetings said that they had access to big mirrors or something along those lines, or could help us find big mirrors or something else like that. The idea is we're trying to create a wall of mirrors for the finale, okay? Preferably a wall of mirrors on panels, on frames that we could like wheel out and wheel in. And I don't remember who said this, but somebody, Kevin, help me out. I think somebody said this and I don't know who.
I'm sorry, I don't recall the person who's mentioned mirrors, but however we can get mirrors, I mean, we can build frames for them.
I know we can build frames, but mirrors themselves are costly. And somebody had said something like that a while back, and I don't remember who it was. My goodness.
In one of this year's meetings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
a thought as far as maybe something prop wise, perhaps I don't know, kind of metallic stick on something to put on wood. Maybe that might be more cost effective.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about also, there is a metallic, it's kind of like will be like contact paper.
Yeah.
That is reflective. Is that what you're talking about? The reflective paper?
Would that be, and would that work?
We could work with that as well. And that's something that we could look into.
Or acrylic mirrors as well. Like acrylic ones. Might be more cost effective.
If you find an acrylic mirror, put that on the.
I actually did price them out. They're actually kind of expensive because they're the non-shatterproof. So they're actually a little more expensive than the regular mirrors, especially the size we're looking for. But you're absolutely right. I did look into the stick-ons, but we just have to, Ms. Arca just needs to decide what look, what we're trying to go for. But absolutely something that's a great idea, something we're looking into.
Okay.
And what size are the panels?
Preferably, we were trying to do them the same size as a flat, which would be a 4x8, which is 4 feet wide and 8 foot, so that we could buy like 4 or 5 of them and it encompasses most of the stage. But if, because obviously that's easier to build 4 frames or 5 frames than it is to build 10, number one. Number two, that would take up pretty much the whole, the sight line of what we're working with. But if we have to go with something smaller and then get more of them, that can work as well. We're just trying to not get something that would break the bank. Okay.
Also, I think I was able to send it. I'm not sure if it went through. I sent the chorus line rehearsal dates via Word document in the chat. So if you're someone that wants that, it's in the chat. I sent it to everybody. If you're interested, it should be there. If not, if you didn't get it, again, just shoot me an email and I'll send it to you individually.
Okay.
Anything else from a chorus line, Ms. Arca?
No, just to answer your question, Angie, the costumes, like I said, we're doing it on an individual thing. And then also if you guys, you know what you could donate, if anybody has duffel bags or dance bags, okay, because every dancer needs to come to an audition and they need to have like a dance bag, something, preferably something zippered, but if not, if you have like just a big tote bag of some sort that they can double. You know, so we're trying to make it look like everybody obviously has their own dance bag and not everybody's going to have like the same. Pop of color would be nice also. Okay, something like that. So that would be an idea for everybody to donate. As far as what they all need, they just need character shoes, their stockings, and then, you know, their tights, and then their costumes. And all girls are going to wear the same 2-inch tan character shoes. And the boys, black jazz shoes.
And we mentioned in class that you don't necessarily need to buy the character shoes. There's lots of students that had them last year for shows. So maybe reaching out to other people, either recent graduates, or I know that a lot of the sophomores last year had them because we used them in some of the numbers that we did for different pieces that we had throughout the year. So just ask around, have them ask their drama babies, ask their drama mamas, or whatever the people then, you know, around. And if anybody has extra character shoes laying around your house that we might be able to borrow for this, there are certainly a couple students that are in need. And, you know, first and foremost, we would never let someone go without something. We'll figure out a way, or, you know, to get them for them. So obviously always reach out to us if you guys have a concern, or if you know somebody that has a concern, you know, then please reach out to us first and we'll take care of it.
Okay.
All right, so I guess we're going to move on to the drama banquet situation. So as it stands right now, they're looking at doing in-person graduations for all of the high schools in Miami-Dade County. That's as much as we know. We know that they went to a meeting this week to discuss what that is going to look like. Obviously, for a school the size of Coral Reef, that is a huge undertaking. It's not like some of the smaller schools. My guess is it will probably be outdoors. It will probably be by academy, or even academy split in half for the larger academies. VPA is one of those large academies that they may split into magnet strands, but they are saying that we're pretty hopeful for doing some sort of in-person graduation for our seniors. What that doesn't mean for us is our normal other end of the year activities, like senior night, like paintings, like inductions. So what me and Miss Arca trying to get ahead of what happens, because as soon as they approve anything, if there's going to be a mad rush for dates, times, etc. The best thing we could come up with, and we are still open to this, is to try to do and we're calling it a banquet. It is a very loose term, but it's an end of the year wrap up we want to do an underclassmen version and then an upperclassmen version. We think they would probably approve it if the booster hosts it. It would not be a school sanctioned event. They're still not approving field trips, big gatherings of any sort. So we're hoping to find an offsite location. The booster can host this for us. And, you know, in past, again, there might be a small fee to cover whatever it's catering or food or drinks or whatever that is. But that we would at these, you know, banquets, do inductions for thespians if they needed to be inducted, do any awards for the year, show slideshows, do tributes, everything that we normally do over any of those end of year celebrations, trying to put it kind of all into one event. But we don't think it's probably safe, nor would many people attend if it was everyone all together. So we're thinking about doing, again, underclassmen and upperclassmen for this, although of course we'd love them all to be together, and limiting parents, maybe doing a live stream for parents, but let it only be the students and a few select volunteers that would help with setup and obviously chaperoning and such. But again, since we cannot sanction this yet, we were hoping to form perhaps exploratory committees in both the underclassmen and the upperclassmen parent groups. So if tonight, or if you want to think about it and maybe get a group together that wants to be a committee for that, to look for locations. We had some great parents that were scouting for possible spots for shows this year. Some of those same spots may be something we consider. Obviously outdoor is better. I think it would make the most amount of people comfortable. Obviously masks would be worn at any of these events and we'd still follow social distancing. Instead of doing catered food, perhaps we can do small pre-portioned little packaged bags of something. We can make it a picnic. I mean, we're open. It may not be as formal as in years past, but we want to give the kids something this year to signify the end of a very tough year for them. And celebrate all their achievements. So again, if you have any ideas or if you want to step up as a chairperson for one of these exploratory committees, we would love that. Again, we can't really be involved in terms of the planning, although we're very happy to put people together.
And having been doing this for a while, because Mr. Mina came in last year and then didn't get to do the banquet. So obviously I would help guide what the upperclassmen would do, because you know that we do the all the senior stuff, the cords, the different awards, the penny, the time capsule, everything that we do. So I would make sure that I could kind of give you guys a layout of what needs to happen for the upperclassmen one and for the underclassmen, if you guys have any questions of what needs to be included.
I do have a question. Last year, one of the things, this is Nina's mom, Evelyn. One of the things my husband actually did with the drama group was the drone video. Is that something that you guys would be interested in this year to do?
Yes.
I think so. I think they loved it. That was great
Yes,
when
it
you
was
guys
beautiful.
did that.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
something that would be
That's awesome.
fabulous to have maybe at this event. So it's one event, you know, that whatever happens at the end of this. Now, I also know, again, because when the cap and gowns, which is another thing, Ms. Arco, where you're going to mention the extension.
Yeah,
they could extend the
Stephanie,
cap and gown, go ahead and-
I think Miss Woolley didn't they extend it to today?
No,
I think so.
19th. I thought they said
Or
March
tomorrow.
19th. The second time was March 19th.
They extended it now.
I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna be to March 19th. I think that you can call and get them. It's the
Yeah.
website that's down. The company's still working.
It was on
Right.
Instagram. Hold on.
Okay,
I
yeah.
called online. I called personally. I already placed my order since
Okay.
last week. So they are taking phone orders.
No, I placed mine last week as well, but the deadline was this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And then they had to extend it because there was a situation with their website that was
Yeah,
not
I'm
taking the
familiar
orders.
with that. Mhm,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So they were going to extend it. If I remember correctly, because I saw something from, I believe from Santalo, that it was extended to tonight. So either way, you guys, if you can, try to call them tomorrow and see if you have not gotten it and your child is a senior, try to make sure to get the cap and gown, because the price, it jumps up exponentially. So to get that nice deal with the $42 or whatever for the cap and gown, try to get that done this week if possible. You may have to, like they said, you may have to give them a call rather than go on the website. But we are now, obviously we don't deal with the cap and gown, but we do deal with the graduation cords and the medal that they get for VPA and the stoles and all that stuff. So and that's one of the things that the upperclassmen get at this banquet. So we want to still be able to give that to them. And we're open to suggestions of maybe, like somebody has said, Pinecrest Gardens or different locations that we can have a beautiful location that we're outside and we give them all the different awards, all the awards that they vote for, like best actor, best actress, blah, blah, blah. And then we can do, like Nina's mom said, that we can do the drone as well.
Yeah, it was really special. I mean, I think everyone really enjoyed it. It was a good goodbye for everyone. I just want to know, because I think it's a good idea for them to at least know about it prior and how to set up. If the expectation is to do it at that event, great. But I just wanted to throw it out there because I think it was a really nice memory for the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just for us in terms of organization, me and Ms. Archer are happy to step out of it and let you guys do the planning of that. But we, obviously will be as involved as you need us. But we just need people to step up and do it, to volunteer, to spearhead a committee. Obviously I know everyone has a lot of stuff on their plate. So maybe there is, we can write an email out and see if we can get some more volunteers, to see, again, we would want a group of parents from the upper class group, the junior and seniors, and a group of parents from the freshmen and sophomores. And that's what we just need to kind of start moving forward, that then can coordinate with us when we get the final word from the school about what is approved, what's not approved. We can move on from there. So,
Can we create a committee right now? Anybody?
I was gonna say, I got pen in hand. Who's ready? Class
If you want
liaison.
to definitely sign up, Evelyn Guerra, Nina's mom, and I will help in however I can.
Perfect. And-
Nominate Kevin Kaufman.
that suspiciously does not sound like Kevin Kaufman. I'm already in.
Well, then I nominate his girlfriend Angel.
It's any time with angels spent is well spent time.
That's right.
Right.
I'll join this great bunch. This is Darlene Pimentel. My son's a freshman. I'm one of the class reps.
Darlene, what was the last name?
Pimentel, Pimentel.
and also Carrie O'Hara, Megan's mom, just typed in the chat, she'd like to be part of it as well.
Perfect.
Also in the chat, Susan Spinato.
Susan.
And then Erica Kaylee,
Erica,
Chance's mom.
Erica.
Yeah, these are all upperclassmen with the exception of Darlene.
And we also have Patience Glasgow as well. I believe that, yes.
Patience. Okay.
Just reading off the chat here. I'm not volunteering anyone who doesn't want to, don't worry. I promise.
I got the chat right here.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, Susan. Kaylee.
Hey, Kev. Hey, Kev.
Hey.
Just audio tonight.
Okay. Is it Susan?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? So I got you down. And I think I have everybody here. You just go back to the chat real quick. So what we'll do, who has access to or time to research outdoor venues? I'm assuming we want to try to keep this an outdoor venue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Upperclassmen, we have 54. So that would be for the upperclassmen banquet. And then for underclassmen, how many freshmen do you have, Ms. Sabina?
Sorry.
The Sabina, there's like 29, right? I think.
Yes, we have 28 freshmen.
28. So then 55 for the underclassmen, and then 54 for the upper. All right, so it would be about, you're going to say about 60 each time that we do it. I think the easiest thing would be, Kevin, if they research it and they kind of come back with different dates and information, maybe sometime in May, you guys. And then Ms. Sabina and I can go present it to Santalo and go present it to Berger and see what, their opinion is, if we're allowed to. And I can I don't want to just walk in there and be like, hey, I have an idea. Like, I'd like to come in.
The more information we have, the more likely they are to say yes.
The more likely to say yes.
And again, it would be booster related. Like it wouldn't be school affiliated. It would not be a field trip. It would be, and again, we don't have dates. There is no dates for banquet. Again, if you missed earlier, normally we have all this on the school calendar. It's school sanctioned. Unfortunately, they are not approving anything right now. The only thing they've had even discussions with us about is graduation. And that is a possibility still. It's not been confirmed. If they do graduation, it'll be outdoors. It'll be broken down into small events. But nothing else has been approved. So what we're hoping to do is to walk in, and I'm hoping maybe earlier than Ms. Arca said, I'm hoping our next meeting is the 12th of April. It's the first weekend of April. We're going to be crazy filming for the chorus line. So we're moving it, and I have that slide coming up to remind. It's the second Tuesday of April, so that we're hoping maybe by then or before then, if you have a great lead, the sooner we get on these things, every school, every organization is going to be looking about the same time to do the same type of thing. So outdoor venues, I am sure, will go fast. So the sooner we could get that approved, the better. And yes, we're looking for an outdoor banquet space for 60. And the date that we're looking for is sometime at the very end of May. We usually, I think May 21st was a date you had put.
We had it Last year, we had it.
To the last day of around the last day of school. Remember, seniors graduate early, so they like to do things before that because after that they're college students. They don't associate with being seniors anymore after that. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Again, that is a suggestion, but.
And we also try to stay away from the Memorial Day weekend. So try not to pick a Thursday or Friday before Memorial Day. A lot of people go away. So something along the lines of May 20 something, but not, too close to Memorial Day. The other thing is the sooner we get the information, the sooner I can then present that to her. And then I can kind of get a concrete idea of, yes, you guys are going to do this, or no, you're not. Because if we are going to do it, I need to put in the order as well. Because even though it's not a school sanctioned thing, we are the ones that pay for the cords and all that stuff. And I need to get that PO going so that, it takes a while for that to get processed and for us to get all their cords based on their rank. So the sooner we get this info from you guys, the better. So we can start, kind of presenting it to her and getting hopefully the okay.
Yeah. So any other, we've gone through our whole, this our next meeting, again, I mentioned Tuesday, April 13th, 6 o'clock via Zoom. Hopefully by then we'll have some answers about end of year events locked up for you guys to give you a final calendar. Please tune in that literally the day after this will be our premiere of A Chorus Line. We're using a different ticketing service for this show. It will not be on YouTube. So for that, you want to make sure that you log in or follow us on Instagram so you can get all that information. We'll be disseminating that as soon as we get a little bit closer to the event. So if there's any questions, otherwise we are done for the evening, but we'd love to answer anything you guys have that pining a way to ask.
I have a question. As just to make sure that we're coordinating, what we're doing for the underclassmen and the upperclassmen, who's going to be kind of the liaison point person to get all the information to you guys? Is there going to be someone that kind of filters all this stuff?
Yeah, Kevin, and from that group, is there anyone that wants to kind of spearhead? I also think it might be easier to have like a head of the underclassmen and a head of the upperclassmen event, because we might be able to do the event at the same place on 2 different days. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking too. There's a bit of like buying power if we approach, a place and say, hey, we have 2 events, which means more income for them. And they're familiar with the entities. So I wouldn't, for the people that are calling places, I wouldn't hesitate to say, we've got 2, ka-ching, ka-ching,
Well, right. And my feeling is probably a back-to-back, and the same evening would be best for us even. Because if we're, there's always some sort of decorating going on.
That's true.
Well, I think at this point, with not knowing really too much of what's going to be approved, I think getting a venue approved or on our end, or at least located, is probably number one. And that's a good idea to offer the, this is a back-to-back, or I mean, we may be able to do the whole thing. We don't know. Remember, vaccines are supposed to be out. I mean, if all goes well there, we may be in better shape than we think we may be. But not knowing.
I think it's also important to know what the venue is willing to accept, right? So starting with the venue and to understand what their limitations are, so that we know what to propose to the school.
Also remember, guys, that even with the vaccines being rolled out and everything else, we are still, under Dade County Public Schools, even though it's a booster thing and we have to get the okay from Brashay, she has to, those are the kinds of things that, I need to, right now, we can't decide, oh, we're going to do the whole group or half a group or whatever until, I can come to her with more information like, okay, we need to do, we're going to do two different banquets on 2 different days, or 2 different banquets on the same day, but a couple hours apart, whatever. So that's why we're saying that we wanted you guys to kind of start looking for this information. The more information I can get to her, I don't want to come in there and then she has like a barrage of questions that I can't answer. I'd rather walk in and be like, this is what we're proposing, and this is how we're going to deal with it. These are the quotes we got, and then she can make an informed decision. So if we could just kind of have one of you guys spearhead the upperclassmen and somebody else spearhead the underclassmen, and then just send that information our way.
Well, it's just a matter, I don't know if we're to the point where we need the upper and lower classmen. You just need venue information. That's one phone call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we can say that we're looking at multiple options and the same program looking for multiple options. Yeah.
Right. Is Marlo on this chat?
She's not here today, no.
No, Marlo. Okay. I'll reach out to her because I know she's probably got a pretty good line on venues, and I thought we had somebody else that was involved.
It was Maximina's mom, Maximina Devalos. It was her mom that looked for, and I have her information. I can just mention that we discussed this, and I do think, because she called a bunch of places for us for shows this year. So, and I'm sure she'd be willing to help out however she can. You put her on that list or whatever. If you're sending emails, she would be more than happy to be on that list. I won't speak for her, but I will send her a text after this.
Right. And I'm gonna put on I'm gonna go to the chat now. And okay, I got it, Angie. Marla's out of town. So I'm gonna put
It looks like Miss Bonato is volunteering to look into venues as well.
okay, excellent. I'm gonna put Kevin's phone number in the chat. So if everyone that wants to be on the board, just to make things easier, text me and with your name. Some of you I have in the phone, some of you may not. Just go ahead and text me with your name, and I'll start a group chat for this that we can all keep on the same page regarding the banquet info. Fair enough. I just sent that out on the chat now. It's my cell number.
Great, Kevin.
All righty.
Can I suggest something?
Absolutely.
I don't know how far you're willing to travel, but Homestead has a lot of outdoor venues. And they're working through the weekend because I commute around there a lot. And
Right.
they are doing parties and weddings and all that, like I said, and they're all outdoors. I don't know how far they want to commute though, but that might be an option if they're interested.
Definitely an option. And we had
everything is an outside venue. Yes.
Right. Yeah. No. And we used to travel all the way up to 8th Street for our wedding. And I just went to a particular wedding in Homestead with the most beautiful bride ever.
Oh.
And it was the most gorgeous wedding. And so, yeah.
Oh. I know you're not talking about me, so I don't.
A lot of properties have been converted into this. And
Yeah.
maybe as far as 248. So you really don't have to go like into the Redlands or anything like that.
Right.
Just in
Yeah,
case you
no.
want to keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. I think if everyone sort of, look, send in some ideas, and I don't mind calling them. I just, if we all kind of have, grab an idea or look up a spot and think about whether or not it's going to hold our capacity, look into what you can find out, from any information they may have online or on a website, and just send them into this group chat, and either myself or one of us will pick it up and run with it. And we'll make the calls and see, what their availability dates are, and at least we'll have some options to go into, like Miss Sabina said, to go into the meeting with some info, not just blind. Because I don't think we can book it. We can't book anything yet, but we might be able to get them to tentatively hold some dates.
Yeah, and I think as soon as we have something concrete and we get it on okay, then we can, the sooner we get it Serge, the sooner we'll be able to book with them. So
Right.
Hopefully that will motivate him. All right, that sounds great. So everyone text Kevin. He's your point man, as always. Text Kevin, bother and blow up his phone. Thank you guys all very much. If you have anything else, anybody else have any last minute announcements before I let you guys go for this evening? All right, so thank you guys again. I will put this recording on their YouTube in case anyone missed it. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And thank you always for supporting Reef Drama and your kids. You're amazing, amazing kids. And we will hopefully see you in person soon, sooner rather than later.
Thank you.
Thank you, fearless leaders.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.